Craig makes a fun sound. We love Craig here. Hello everyone. Welcome to a Wyldrvir one-shot. I don't think this series has a name yet. We've been saying this for months. But anyways, hello, I am Ava. I will be your GM for the evening, and I am joined by some lovely people. And I'm gonna have them all introduce themselves. Let's go in chat order, starting with Harper.
Sure. My name is Harper, and I will be playing Ongarad the Orc for the evening.
Oh, that's me. I am Darby. I will be playing Velid for this evening.
I'm Scylla. I will be playing Nikolai the Shade for this evening.
And my name is Nigel, and I'll be playing Phaelus the Changeling.
Amazing. Gosh, I haven't done a recording in so long. I forgot what we have to do. We can do plugs and stuff at the end. That's fine. But yeah, we can just jump straight into the story. This party of travelers finds themselves in a far-off land known as the Twisted Bog. For a while, it has been separated from the rest of the world of Wyldrvir, but it has just recently sort of began reconnecting itself to the main continent. And three of our characters, Ongarad, Velid, and Thalis, have spent the week here in the Twisted Bog, just sort of exploring and enjoying their time. And they have sort of been accompanied by Nikolai the Shade to sort of show them around and keep them company during their visit here. You all have been here a few days now. And yeah, you are sort of out in the main sort of square, like under one of these big sort of autumnal trees. And if there's anything you all would like to do, as we sort of start the day, it's about 9 or so in the morning.
Out of just point of order, what does Nikolai look like right now?
He kind of has a sort of like newsboy sort of look to him, I guess is the best way to describe him, kind of like from Newsies.
Okay.
He has golden eyes, and hair that's kind of wavy, probably about chin length, kind of like a dark purple, like a mix between like a purple and a wine color. His skin is it's like an olive tone skin.
The thing about shades, they're silhouetted in like a black shadow. So like, up to you if you would like to sort of keep that going. I kind of like the shadowiness, but with like the wine red hair.
Yeah, I was thinking something along the lines of this is the what he projects and shows everybody, but
sure,
you probably see that he has like an odd shadow that follows him around as he's walking.
Fun.
Right. So just walk up to him and ask, Nikolai.
Yeah.
You mentioned that you live here?
Uh-huh.
Is that by choice?
I woke up here, so there I live.
Is there anything of interest to do around here?
Well, what would Nikolai know to suggest to his new friends to check out around here?
There's lots of sort of small things to do in the bog. It's a pretty small town.
He's all talking it up, like, oh man, no, like, you need to check out all this.
Yeah, there's a fun lighthouse. There's sort of some farms in like the lower wetland areas. And then there's like the main, like the tavern, the Bad Apple, inn. That's like those are sort of like your main points of interest that you would like point out to people. But yeah, it's a very sort of small town.
I just imagine that he got them all to come here, is like talking it up so much, like, oh man, it's so great, and there's so much to do, and they're like, all right, what to do? He's like, well, there's the lighthouse. And
What's the general aesthetic of the area? Like,
the general aesthetic of the area, it's very like, oh, how do I explain this? Like kind of Louisiana, New Orleans-esque, but
perfect.
also like, oh gosh, what is that
like
game?
the French Quarter, New Orleans, or like the Bayou?
More like
Or-
Bayou, kinda. And like, oh gosh, what is the name of the game that the main reference image is from? I think it's from, oh gosh, it's like a Disney Mickey game. I don't know. What is it called?
Mickey?
Epic Mickey. Yes, Epic Mickey 2. That's what it is.
All right.
I can see if I can find a thing and put it in the chat.
I'm getting like, I know it's a town and not like a studio, but I kind of am getting with the Epic Mickey vibes, the kind of like Bendy and the Ink Machine vibes.
Yes, here's the image. I'll send this in chat. Where is Discord? There it is. Found it.
I'm just looking at the people who dragged me in here.
Yeah, fair.
Ooh, yeah.
Is there
yeah.
any reason anything we wanted to be doing here? It's rather uncomfortably dark.
See, the dark doesn't have to be scary.
Yes, but things of general frightening nature hang around in the dark.
I hang around in the dark.
My point stands.
Are there any interesting plants around here, perhaps? Maybe we could take something back for Angara bees in my garden?
Well, I think there's some things. I think there's a kind of a swampy area that might have some stuff. I'm sure you've never been to a swamp, right? Who goes to a swamp? You never know what you're missing. We could go there and check that out.
A swamp sounds interesting.
I can't argue with that logic.
You can't say I can almost guarantee you've never been to one before, right?
No, I can't say that I frequent many swamps.
Yeah, see? You gotta try something. You have to try it at least once.
I hear some lovely orchids grow in swamps.
We can take a look.
I think that sounds lovely.
I've actively avoided swamps my entire life, but considering everyone else is going, I'd rather not be alone here.
Don't worry.
Split the party.
You worry
No.
too much, Salis. It's fine.
This is fine.
Salis just
can-
like being dragged along.
I can name
Yeah.
3 people who have died with those as their last words.
You know, I'm sure that there's nothing we'll find in the swamp other than maybe some interesting plants and interesting wildlife.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you all sort of head south out of town, sort of along like a rickety sort of wooden plank road. And sort of across the way, you see a familiar farm. To you, Nikolai, you know that it is run by Juniper. He's a shade as well. And so I imagine you two are sort of relatively close-ish. But you can sort of walk by the farm. He sort of sees you all and he like waves. And you notice that he's like piling like a bunch of like luggage onto like a carriage. Like almost as if he's like packing stuff.
No, Juniper, don't leave. Does it look like he's packing up to like leave?
No, it seems like he's not taking everything with him. But you know that it is getting close to his and his wife's sort of anniversary. And so you imagine that he and Saffron are sort of probably going to head out for a bit to sort of enjoy their company. But as you sort of pass, Juniper waves to Nikolai, and he goes, "Oh, Nikolai."
Yep. Oh, hey, Juniper, what's up?
A bit. As you know, Saffron, she's been stuck here for a while, and she really wanted to like leave, just for the weekend, just to sort of get out of the swamp. So we were going to go just on a trip, just the two of us. But I kind of need somebody to watch the farm, make sure everything is going all right. I see you're busy, you have your own company, and I would hate to bother you. But would you mind just keeping an eye on the place while we're gone?
Sure. Do you want me to just like stay at the place and like stay the night?
Yeah, you all are welcome to stay here. We shouldn't be gone too long. We should be back by tomorrow night, probably.
Yeah.
Is there an equivalent of an insight check I can roll?
Yes, you can. If you have something that would be equivalent to an insight check in your attributes. If not, you can just roll a straight.
I have
20.
observant or good with people. I don't know if
either of those are.
I'd like to use observant because I have a
Yeah.
I'd also like to use observant. So
yes.
I roll. So walk me through how I roll.
Yes. So you roll a d20, and
Plus
then you roll your attribute dice. So whether that's a d10, whatever number.
Oh, it's a d12, baby.
It's a d12, nice. And so you roll the two of those together, add those two numbers, and then that's your.
So I've got a 10 and an 8, so that's an 18.
Nice. Numbers are skewed high for Wyldrvir because the highest you can roll is a 32. So.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Well, I rolled a 19 total.
19, yeah. Both of you rolled pretty okay. Yeah, you can tell he's being genuine. He looks a little bit frazzled, just as he's sort of getting everything prepared. He is also just like a bit awkward. You can tell seeing people that he's not really familiar with. But yeah, he seems pretty genuine. And he's sort of like, oh, go for it.
Oh yeah, sorry. I just wanted to know specifically, did he look like he was already kind of something was wrong while he was packing before he started speaking to Nikolai? Like, did he just look a little spooked or creeped out or weirded
he looked
out?
Fun. He just seemed like a bit stressed.
He has anxiety.
Yeah.
Mood. Same.
He's just constantly anxious.
Highly relatable.
I would be too if I was living in the swamp.
Fair.
Really, guys, there's nothing to worry about. You're overreacting.
What kind of plants exactly are growing in this farm that we're looking at?
You look around and it's just pumpkins.
Pumpkins.
It's just a bunch of pumpkins. And you can see some like cows and chickens and stuff around too, but it's mostly pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like big pumpkins.
How big?
Like 3 feet across. They're like big pumpkins.
Ooh,
is this normal for a swamp?
That was about
It's normal for here.
Come on, honey. Haven't you ever seen the pumpkins that I grow in the garden?
Have you not ever like just nested in a pumpkin, guys? Like, come on, you're missing out.
So if they were for hypothetically alive, they could easily eat you. Cool.
Now that's just ridiculous.
You have never been here before. So like that depends. Are you afraid that these pumpkins are going to eat you?
I've never been to a swamp before, so I'm just having the worst images right now.
It's all going according to plan.
Yes, and you can just like look around you and you see all these like spooky trees and you think there's maybe a shadow behind you.
There is a shadow behind you.
You look and it's just Nikolai.
Yeah, Nikolai used his freaking like shadow puppet, just made like a shadow appear behind Phalis just to tease him.
Ooh.
Yeah, he does like the freaking like wiggly waggly fingers, like ooh.
Yes.
Are you scared?
Are you afraid
I'm
of the
just going
dark?
to I'm just going to ask it outright to everyone else because I think Nikolai's talking to Juniper. I just want to
Yeah.
ask, are we really going to be house sitting in a swamp?
Well, I do love plants, and these pumpkins look really healthy. I'd love to just, tend to them,
Oh,
help them grow a
thank you.
little.
I
Does
think
vegetation
good work in my farming capabilities.
count as plants?
Yeah.
All right.
Vegetable's a plant, right?
Yes, a vegetable is a plant.
Yes, they're plant.
That
I'm
was
not a
Nikolai saying that. Like
Okay. I was like,
Yeah, and I was literally asking. I'm not a botanist.
Nikolai kind of slings his arm over Juniper's shoulders, like, I think that would be a great way for everyone here to get to know the bog. We have, it was Foiled, right, that liked the plants? Or wait,
Felid.
Felid, my bad.
it's very Welsh.
Nikolai mispronounces it all the time and apologizes every time. We have Felid here, who just loves vegetation. We have Thalis, who could get acquainted with their own shadow to not be afraid of it. We have Agrahard, who...
Angarad.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Angarad.
Very Welsh. Happens all the time.
We picked Welsh names.
Angarad, bless you. And then we have... I'm sorry. What was the thing that Agrahard was into?
I'm a gardener.
Oh, you're the gardener. Are you both
Yes.
gardeners?
No, my wife just happens to have a keen affinity for plants.
See, then it's perfect. It's perfect. What better way to get acquainted with the bog and all of its lovely, lovely vegetation than to be on a farm for a weekend? And we won't break anything, Juniper, I promise.
I would hope that you would not break anything here. And he like digs around in his pockets and he sort of takes out like a crumpled up sort of like notepad sheet and he hands it to you and it's just like a list of like all of the chores and things that need to get done. And he's like, well, you have to let the chickens out in the morning. You have to water all the crops. Do a perimeter to make sure that nothing from the swamp is like getting in or anything trying to eat
Now, when you
the
say
pumpkins.
getting in, what are the regular wildlife that exists around
the
here that we should be
wife
watching
handles
for?
that. She kind of handles like sort of creature control here. But so normally that's her job. But you all look like sort of strong people. It shouldn't be an issue to it. It's normally not an issue. But yeah, I trust you guys to take care of the farm. Nikolai, I really don't break anything.
You worry too much.
I think he worries the
Well,
appropriate amount.
junipers do mean protection, so it makes sense that Juniper here is very protective of his farm.
Yeah.
I am. I mean, I can't even remember the last time that I've left the bog. It's been a while. But that's why we're doing this, so that we can sort of get a break from everything, I guess. And
Yeah.
I trust that my farm's in good hands.
Of course it's in
It's
hands.
in
Worry too much.
hands.
It's in good hands. It's in 4 very good, very capable sets of hands. And sorry. I got interrupted for a second. And you don't have anything to worry about. You and Saffron, just
Yes.
you enjoy yourselves. You have nothing to worry about. Where is Saffron, by the way?
I think she's getting the last of her things. And you notice sort of across the road there's like a little farmhouse, and the door slams open, and like rolling down the sort of ramp that's built into the side of the house is like this cool, what is she? Is she a human? I think she's a human. She is a human. Just a cool human lady in a wheelchair, and she's like carrying like a suitcase over one shoulder. And she like rolls up to you guys and she says, "Ready to go?" And Juniper sort of nods and takes the bag from her and puts it on the back of the cart. And he sort of helps her get out of the wheelchair and like up into the sort of seat beside him.
Could I use my harness the land to make a little speedwell plant emerge from the ground?
Sure.
So I roll a d20 and then my
Yes, roll a
D8.
d20 and your attribute dice, yes.
And if it's below a 15, I have to roll for wild magic.
Yes.
This is gonna be fine.
This is
I'm
fine.
glad you
It's fine. It'll be
Because
fine.
you do have wild magic as one of your traits, so
Mhm.
this is gonna be fun.
Mhm.
Oh. Mm.
Oh, that sounds good.
8.
8. Amazing.
I would like to be standing behind Angaron.
That's my commune with the world soul help at all.
Go ahead and roll just a straight d20 for me, please.
Okay.
I think that's a no.
19.
Hey.
19. Okay.
It's a wild magic.
for 19. Roll 2 more times for me, please.
Oh no! Oh no!
Oh,
This is
5
Okay.
and a 13.
A 5 and a 13. Okay.
fun.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
What is 13?
If at any moment
this
he has
is-
any signs
No.
Okay.
things are going wrong, I would like to
This is
immediately stand behind her wife.
This combination.
well, I'm standing right next to my wife, so I don't know how out of the way you'll
never
be.
Very
But I'm going to be
interesting.
standing next to Juniper.
I just turned into an object.
Wait, what? What happened?
You rolled a 5. Let's take this. You rolled a 5 first. Let's start with that. So you start glowing like a bright sort of bluish white light. And
Oh, here we go.
then in a big old sort of puff of smoke, you are gone, and instead of creating a plant, what was the type of plant that you wanted to make?
A speedwell.
A steel. You turn into a potted version of that plant.
I would like
with
to.
a 13. With a
It ain't
13.
wild magic if someone don't
Um,
turn into a plotted plant.
You are a plant, but you also cannot speak without also pantomiming.
I don't have hands.
You don't have
The two little leaves.
I would like to pick up the pot that is now my wife and hold it lovingly in my hands.
yes.
Can I
Your
rustle
wife
my
is now a
petals?
plant.
I'm just going to go up to in the middle of everyone and ask, is that a her thing or a swamp thing?
This happens from time to time. She'll be fine.
I mean, she said she loved plants.
She does, in fact, love plants.
Is this a strange self-love therapy session?
Self-love therapy. I love it.
In a way. And I turn to, what was the woman's name?
Saffron?
Saffron. Yes.
Saffron. I turn to Saffron and I show her the potted plant. I think that my wife was trying to wish you well on your journey.
Thanks, I guess. I'm not really sure how to respond to someone, turning into a plant in front of me. But I'll take your word for it. Thanks.
The intention is there. The intention is there.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. You can see Juniper looks slightly concerned.
Don't worry, it happens all the time.
Yeah.
But Juniper sort of says, "Oh, all right. I guess we're off. Please don't destroy my farm while we're gone. It's 2 days."
Can I roll social skill? I have a D4.
Yes. What are you trying to attempt here?
I'm trying to convince him that I'm not
That
gonna
everything's
ruin
gonna
his
be
house.
fine?
Everything's
Alright.
fine.
I would also like to try and convince them of that with my soothing presence.
Can
Soothing touch.
Yes.
I rolled collectively a 7.
Amazing.
can I help with that at all? But on the opposite side, yeah.
I tried to use this my soothing touch to calm her and say, "Don't worry, I have not much in the way of talking like these others, but I am quite good at plants, and I'm trying to use my soothing touch to help her understand that I'm not going to kill her pumpkins." And I got a 21.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to go up to the couple and just add to everything they've done, and then say, "My companions seem to be rather capable people. I'm sure that nothing of harm or we won't cause you any problems upon your return. Except I would like to use the attribute I gave myself, which I just called charlatan.
Okay.
It's just basically my ability to lie to people because I'm assuming
Alright.
something bad is going to happen.
I'd like
Go
to
ahead.
rustle my leaves, please.
I have a 12 and a 9, so that's 21?
Okay,
Alright.
yeah. The two of you together, Juniper seems to sort of calm down a little bit. He's like, "Okay, I trust you guys. It's 2 days. We'll be back shortly." And Saffron sort of like taps him on the shoulder and is like, "Come on, we have to get to the boat or else we're gonna be late." And
Yeah,
he's
you
like,
gotta get
"Okay."
going.
And he's sort of, "I just realized there's no horses in this world. It's a crustal."
Yeah, the crystals.
Yeah. He sort
People like kind of
Dang.
slaps him on the butt to get
yeah,
him going.
and then the sort of carriage starts heading off, and you can sort of see Juniper's still slightly worried, but Saffron sort of puts a hand on his shoulder, and he seems to like calm down a little bit. And their carriage eventually sort of heads back into town and then off to the docks. But the farm is now in your stead for the weekend.
Nico just like waving very confidently, like he totally got this.
My immediate thing is I would like to see what's inside the house once we get in, because I have
Nico,
eye for details.
yeah, Nico will lead everybody inside. If everyone seems like they're good with that, he'd be like, "All right, let's go check the place out. Figure out who's bunking with who." Pretty sure they've got like a guest room probably.
Yeah, they
Specifically-
have a guest room.
Specifically, I'd like to find something that doesn't seem like it should be there, if anything at all.
Sure, go ahead and roll eye for detail, I guess.
16 plus 9, I'm bad at math, 25.
25, yeah. You do like a pretty thorough search of the place, without being like too terribly intrusive, as this is this couple's house. But it seems just like a very quaint little like farmhouse.
Okay.
Just very, very simple. You do see there is a corner in like the living room that's just full of like swords. You can Nikolai, you know, Saffron is the sort of dedicated like monster helper, or as close to a monster helper as we get here in the bog. And so it's her job to sort of like go around and sort of take care of any creatures that have like gone wild too close to town.
Okay.
And just sort of make sure that no problems arise.
Do I eventually stop being a plant?
You do eventually stop being the plant. Yeah.
I'm still holding the pot, so she just pops out into my arms.
Yeah.
Hello, darling.
Welcome back.
Now we're off. So
I give her a kiss on the top of the head and I put her on the ground.
Cute.
How long do I have to pantomime with my hands?
How long does the pantomiming? That does not have a time, but let's say that it lasts the same amount as the plant. So you were just a very emotive plant for like 5-10 minutes.
Just wiggling my leaves like mad, just
Yeah.
She's trying to speak to me, I know it.
that plant's looking at me funny.
Yeah.
Conversing with pumpkins.
Yes.
Would,
But
an-
yeah,
would any of you happen to be handy with a sword?
I've held a sword.
Good enough.
And he walks over, picks up one of the swords and kind of holds it up. It's like, see, it's not that hard. And I don't know if any of my skills would actually contribute to this, actually. But he kind of like tries to do a thing where he attempts to look fancy with it, where he's sort of like
Sure.
waving it around.
do you have an attribute you think would be useful?
I would like to use Observant to see if he actually knows what he's doing.
I'll deceive you then.
Sure, you can use deception.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Let's hope this one works a little bit better.
Oh,
Nope, wrong
it's only
one.
an 18.
D8. Hey, I might actually fake you out. Or wait, no, it's a D6, my bad. The other one's a D6. 13.
Mine's 18, so.
18. Yeah, you sort of look at Nikolai Thalis, and you realize he has no clue. He's held a sword.
I'm holding one right now.
Yeah, he's holding a sword, and he's like swinging it around. But you're like, he's gonna poke someone's eye out with that if we let him continue.
You can. That's enough. You can put
What?
it back now.
You sure?
Yeah, no. They're perfectly capable of defending us with
Yeah.
the blade.
I am so good at this, guys.
Looking around, do they happen to have any shields laying about with those swords?
Yes, there are a couple of shields.
I'll walk over and grab a largish one
Mhm.
and say, "This'll do for me."
Yeah, you can like sling it over your back.
And I have my magic, which always works all the time.
Yes.
So you intended to be a plant?
Well, I meant to create a plant, but, I got to spend what felt like 10 hours meditating. So, everything works out for a reason. No harm, no foul.
While they're
You are a
talking-
very beautiful plant, sweetheart, and I kind of give Thalis a look over the top of her head, like, don't mess with her.
Oh, thank you, B. She does not know this.
I'm just. Yes, of course. That was actually very smart of you.
While they're talking, I want to sneak off and kind of scope around the rest of the house and poke around and be nosy, because that's kind of how Nico is.
Sure, you can roll to be nosy if
I
there's
roll
anything you have for that.
I'll roll stealth to like get away
Yeah,
without being
that
noticed.
works.
So that's a D12.
Ooh, very sneaky.
I'm a sneaky boy. Ooh, 18. 22 stealth. And then should I
22.
roll observant to see what I find?
Yeah, that works.
Alright, and I'll grab a D8 for that. Yes. This one. Oh, very nice. 18, 19, 20, 22 for both.
Nice. Yeah, you sneak away pretty easily, and you sort of like go off down the hallway and like peek in some of the side rooms. It's a very sort of simple house. They're living simple lives. If anything, the pile of swords is the weirdest part of this place.
Yeah.
You do see some like old family photos and things like that. You can see their wedding pictures. But nothing too terribly out of the ordinary. You do actually, as you're sort of sneaking around, you like peek under one of the beds, and you just see a pair of eyes looking down at you.
Oh. Hey, what's up? Can I tell what it is?
Ow.
You're great. Oh man, Thalos is gonna love you. I'm gonna scoop up the cat.
Yeah, you scoop it up, and it's just like, black cats that just look like voids.
Yes.
It's that, but
Like
like
Vanta
void.
Black.
I
Like
love
Koshik.
him. Would I remember if Juniper and Saffron had a cat?
Yeah, you know that they have a cat.
Yeah.
And you sort of look at the little bell hanging around his collar, and his name is Patch.
Hi, Patch. How you doing, buddy?
Sweetheart.
Scritch behind his ears and pet him.
He purrs. He's very happy.
You ready for a weekend with Nico? Just talking to the cat.
Yeah. He's just meowing back.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you want to meet some new people? Just kind of sneaks back, kind of watching you guys for a little bit. And I'm going to use I want to use my shadow puppet attribute.
All right.
And I want to make like I'm assuming that it's Thalos facing our lovely couple that are side by side, and I want to use my shadow puppet to kind of like make something look like it walked by behind the couple to like prank Thalos a little bit.
Sure, yeah. And I imagine Thalos is also facing away from you.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that because she's not making an attempt to hide this, I would just naturally notice this, or do I need to roll to see it?
You see just a shadow pass by the window.
Do you want me to roll for that?
Yeah. Roll for it first, actually.
See how well it works.
Yeah.
Can I roll to see if I see Nico?
I mean,
yes, the lovely couple can roll to see if it's Nico doing this.
Do they have to be
I do not have a trait that would let me see that. I'm not a very observant person.
I have observant as a feat.
And this is not magic, so I will not turn into a plant.
Nice.
For the shadow, I got a 12.
A 12. Yeah, there is it's not of any particular shape.
Yeah,
you weren't able to make it appear in any shape, but there's just a shadow, like a quick
That
shadow
makes it
that
worse.
passes by the window.
It's just a prank, bruh.
So under the assumption that I can actually see that.
Yeah, you see it. You see it.
Where-
what did you
where-
roll to see if you saw?
Um,
Felid?
Do I have to roll stealth again?
No, Felid. What did you roll?
I rolled a 23.
Oh yeah, you definitely
Ooh.
see
Nico.
Nico sort of peek his head in down the hallway and like wiggle his fingers, cradling a cat in the other arm.
Yeah.
Kitty! Oh, what's the cat's name, Nico?
While she's saying that, I'm just looking at the shadow, and whatever direction it is in, I am immediately moving away the opposite direction from the closest entrance to where it was going.
I feel like you back up and you actually kind of like probably bump into Nico's like right not that far away.
What's
like-
wrong? What's wrong, Thalos? You look like you see a ghost or something.
Yeah, what's wrong, Thalos? I'm gonna roll deception for what I
Sure.
pretend like I don't know what's going on.
There's something.
16.
16.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's a window.
Yeah.
I would roll for observant, but at the moment I'm imagining that I'm just staring at the window and looking for wherever it is right now, so I
Fair.
don't
there
actually see
there
him.
are
So
curtains.
just
So like your friends sort of help you realize it was probably just a curtain. There's probably nothing there.
I'll go stick my head out the door and look around to see if there's anything out in front of the house.
Yeah, you look outside and you just see a cow sort of like lift his head and look to you, and then he goes back to eating.
Thalos, you need to calm down. Like, honest.
You're being hysterical.
You're being. Look, there's things out in the world. We've adventured for a bit. You've seen things. Things exist in the world. Doesn't mean they want to hurt you.
the same can be said of the things that do want to hurt people.
Yeah, but like, come on, we're on a farm. We have a cat. Shows Patches. What was it? Patches. Patch.
That's a curious kitten. I'm just trying to pet it.
Patch is a good way. Holds Patch in a way so that everyone can see and pet them.
He just meows.
Can I scoop Patch into my arms?
Yes,
Hello,
you can hold the cat. He's a very
Yeah.
cuddly cat.
Oh yes, I love you.
Nico kind of like gingerly like, there you go. See, this night is starting out great.
question:
Yeah.
is the floor made of wood or?
Yes. Yeah, the floor is made of wood.
Is there? Do I see any place that it would be comfortable to sleep in that doesn't feel overly intrusive, like going in straight into her bedroom?
Yeah, there is a guest room. There's also like a couple of couches in like a main living area and like a big fireplace.
Yeah, I'm taking the couch. And I'm lighting the fireplace.
Vila
that's
and I
possible.
will take the bed unless there are no objections.
Yeah.
Unless there are any objections.
No, go ahead. Take the bed. You sure you'd... I'd assume, is there only one bed in the guest room?
Yeah, it's like a big queen size bed in the guest room.
Okay. I mean, you sure you don't wanna... Let's see, trying to think what the best... There would be, like, blankets and stuff there, right? Like, kind of like a storage
Yeah.
closet.
There's blankets enough for all of you.
Yeah, so Nico, what he'll do is, I'm assuming he's been here plenty of times before, he's watched their house plenty of times before, is like...
Yeah, you've watched the house a couple of times.
Yeah. He'll go and look for he'll go and gather like blankets and pillows, and he'll set up a couch for Thalos, and then he'll probably just take like a spot on the floor and set up like some blankets and pillows to kind of like make himself a little, almost like a bedroll situation.
Yeah, there's a couple of couches. There's also like a big comfy chair.
Okay, he might take the chair then, just kind of chillax in the chair, depending on how he feels.
Yeah.
Well, you know what we could do? Ooh, you know what? This would be fun. I think that they might have some stuff for... Do s'mores exist in this world?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you guys ever had s'mores?
Not since I was a child. I could use some.
What is a s'more?
You don't know what a s'more is?
Is it a plant?
No, it's
Is
better.
it an animal?
I mean,
No,
half of
it's
the ingredients
better.
come from a plant.
Well, everything comes from plants, if we're honest. Just about everything.
I came from a tree.
Point made.
Mm.
But
It's
s'mores are the best snack in the world. It's graham crackers and marshmallows and chocolate.
I'll heat the
And
fireplace.
friendship.
That could be good, I suppose. Sounds very messy.
It can be. Do you want to make some?
Why not?
Sure.
Nikolai very excited because I don't think he's gotten a chance to really do this with anybody before.
Yeah, it's a small town.
Yeah. Just like freaking runs into the kitchen area and starts gathering what he can find.
Mhm.
I don't know if you want me to roll for finding.
No,
things.
you easily you can s'mores.
I'm just gonna
Snacks
start
and
the
candy
fire.
are like
Yeah.
a common household thing here.
They have
so
to be. We have
without
nothing else to
issue-
do.
Yeah, without issue, you're able to find all of the ingredients for s'mores and like light a fire in the big fireplace.
See him like excitedly like moving the. I'm assuming they have like a hook in there for like when they make stews and stuff. He kind of moves it out of the way. He gets it all set up. He even goes like to the extent of like he's got pillows kind of like set up by the fireplace so we can all sit there and toast our own marshmallows. He goes and like explains like, okay, so you gotta hold it, you gotta rotate it, you gotta get the outside a little bit burnt, and then like the inside will be nice and melty, and then shows them how to like sandwich it with the graham cracker and the chocolate. And
Awesome.
I'm
gonna need everyone to roll for marshmallows.
Oh, I have the attribute of being decent at cooking. Can I add that?
That will be applicable here. Everyone else roll for s'mores. So just a straight D20.
Straight D20. For Nico, hopefully he does good.
It's a 16. That's
16, okay.
I got a 14.
14.
17.
17.
Well, I rolled the maximum that I can, so it's a 24.
Hey.
Awesome. You've never made s'mores before, but yours is like the perfect s'more. It's like perfect, like golden brown all the way around. It is like the perfect s'more. Nico, you're struggling a little bit. It's a little bit messy. Like
I've never done this
the
with
marshmallow
friends
like slips
before.
off a little bit, but like it stays together.
I'm too
mostly.
excited.
Yeah. But you all get edible marshmallows by the end of this.
He like waits and he like waits for everybody to bite into theirs to see how they react to it.
So what's
I
a
just bite.
marshmallow made out of?
I think it's a lot of sugar.
Interesting.
I will admit I don't know much about like marshmallows and their origins.
Yeah.
I know that they
Apparently
taste very
there's
good,
gelatin in there, but horses don't exist in this world. So I genuinely don't know what marshmallows are made of.
Well, cows exist, so theoretically you can get that
True.
from
Let's
cows.
just say it's just sugar.
It's just sugar.
It's just straight sugar.
So
and,
we
like, a
have
little bit of water.
So we're
With
gonna have a sugar
cornstarch.
high.
Yeah, probably.
We'll have a freaking sugar comatose crash. At the point.
I'll eat my s'more and then I'm still very hungry. Does anyone want dinner?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes, that'd be nice.
I guess that's a thing that you should probably do before dessert, but this was a special treat.
I'll go into the kitchen and see if I can muster up ingredients for some kind of pumpkin soup or something.
Yeah, oh,
Oh,
absolutely. Plenty of pumpkins to choose from.
Can I take a look outside? And because Saffron was mentioned to be sort of defending the place if anything happens, can I just take a look to see, like, is there a part of the place that is more defended or more trapped than usual? Like if I was her, this is the place I would put most of my defenses because this is usually where they come from. Like that sort
Yeah,
of
sure.
thing. I'm assuming that's either eye for details or observant.
Either works, yeah. Whichever is better.
I don't know that
27.
it Oh, sorry. I don't know that it's relevant, but for making pumpkin soup I rolled a 17.
Perfect. It's a decent soup.
It's super good.
Hey.
Oh.
Would Nico have had to deal with any of that in the previous times he's watched the house? Like, has it usually just gone very peaceful and he's never had to deal with any kind of monsters?
It's pretty quiet here. It's mostly just like taking care of the animals, watering things in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Like just very simple farm chores.
Mm-hmm.
In the past times that you've done this. You've done this maybe like 2 or 3 times.
Okay.
So I got like a 27.
27,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
You sort of look across. It's getting like dusk-ish now. And you can see there's like there's like a obviously like a perimeter fence that goes all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Since it is getting dark, the chickens are like naturally going back to their coop. And it seems about time to do like the evening chores. But as you sort of look around, nothing in particular, like you don't see any like holes in the fences or anything that looks too defended compared to
So it doesn't
other
look
areas.
like she was. It doesn't look like she was prepared for war. It just looks like
No, definitely
someone
not.
keeping wolves out of their sheep farm.
Yeah.
Sort of. Okay.
Yeah, you can see some like scarecrows and stuff in the pumpkin patch, but that's like about it.
Can I notice Thalos kind of like nervously looking outside?
Yeah,
Should I roll for it or just do it?
it just
Okay.
happens.
Oh no.
So, Nikolai kind of notices Thalos looking outside and kind of nervously looking out there, and he'll come up behind him and like put a hand on his shoulder, like, "See, there's nothing out there. Just you, me, and our friends, and s'mores, and soup, and Patch. Sometimes you gotta watch out for Patch, though. He likes to steal your food."
Still a curious kitten.
Yeah, he just meows and walks inside.
That's the one you gotta watch out for.
It's the only thing I like about this place.
Yeah,
And see,
Thalos, you
he's
go
great.
back inside and you sit on the couch, and like a therapy cat, Patch just naturally goes to you for cuddles.
And yeah, I'm just gonna pet him. It's like, at least you presumably understand.
He just meows. You don't know what this cat is thinking. He's just vibing.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just gonna pretend that he understands everything I'm going through.
Fair enough.
Oh,
I don't know how long it takes, but I'm assuming after like 10 or 15 minutes, I come in carrying 4 regular-sized bowls of pumpkin soup and 1 small bowl of pumpkin soup for Patch.
Oh, cute. Yes. Patch jumps off Aelis's lap and starts like eagerly eating the soup.
good.
But yeah, you
Oh.
all enjoy a nice meal. And by this point, it's getting dark. You've sort of gone around the farm, done the evening chores, and you all head to bed.
Before sleeping,
Unless
is
there's
there?
anything else you would like to do before bed.
Yeah, sorry, just one last thing. Is there
Sure.
anything that resembles like a cat's chew toy or anything that would make an incredibly loud sound if you stepped on it? Non-harmful, but really, really loud.
You do see some like squeaker toys and things, just
I-
like littered across the floor.
If there are enough, I would like to put them where the swords are, majority,
Okay.
and a few in any place that could be considered an entrance, a window, a door.
I want to tell
Amazing.
you
Okay, yeah.
that is the
You-
worst idea because the cat's gonna go play with the toys, and then all the swords are gonna come toppling over and give you a heart attack in the middle of the night.
I'm just assuming that the cat is going to sleep.
Yeah.
At night?
The cat's already asleep.
So
Bold of me to
But
assume
yeah,
the
you
cat
put some,
sleeps.
some cat toys, and you find some like other little bells and things around, and you put them like at the front door and along some windows.
anywhere
things
where
like that.
you don't expect people to come through in the middle of the night.
Sure, yeah.
Right. That's it.
All right. You all head to bed.
Real quick before,
yes.
since I'm the like kind of the host here, and I'm like from here, I want to go like do a round around the farm real quick at night. Just do a quick like once over, just because while I am giving Phalis a bit of a hard time, I do actually want to make sure that there's nothing that's actually gonna come and be scary.
Yeah. Fair enough.
So I want to kind of like go and do my my sneaky. I'm gonna actually try to do it without any of them knowing, if
Okay.
possible.
Sure.
Because while Nico prefers everyone to know that he like see him as kind of like the not jerk but like prankster kind of character.
Yeah.
So he would probably sneak out when nobody was looking to do the once
Yeah.
around.
While they're sort of cleaning up dinner.
Yeah.
You head out. I'm not gonna have you roll stealth, but
Okay.
you just do that.
Okay.
Because you have a D12 and stealth. You can sneak just fine. But if you'd
Nice.
like to roll, I don't know if you have observant or.
I do.
Okay.
I'll take that one. I'll take the roll from the not and D8 instead of that one. That one. 19.
19, yeah. You take a look around. You sort of put the cows away and things like that. You check over everything, make sure all the fences are like locked properly. Seems pretty peaceful.
Everything seems like
Yeah,
just normal.
everything seems where it should be.
I'll go ahead and go back in and make sure the doors are locked and get everyone settled in for bed before I head to bed myself.
Yeah, anything else you all would like to do before bed?
No.
All right.
Nico with everyone. If you need anything, just ask. Like sneaks off.
Why are you whispering?
I should ask. You said Nikolai looks somewhat like a newsboy. Does Nikolai look like he's about like 14?
Nah, he's an adult.
Okay, just checking.
He's actually an adult. I just was kind of going for that sort of newsies
That
aesthetic.
aesthetic, yeah.
Okay, understood.
Yeah, I posted a picture.
Okay.
For the better part of the night, you all sleep soundly
Uh-oh.
until eventually you hear just like the soft ding of a bell. And
Ah.
Phaelus, I imagine you are
Uh-oh.
sleeping
I'm
a bit on
standing.
edge.
Yeah, I'm
Aw.
getting up immediately.
Yeah, you get up, and you can see sort of on one of the windowsills. You like kept like the window slightly cracked to like keep a breeze going.
Uh-oh.
And you just see like a little like bell toy just like slightly like rolling as if it was pushed off of the ledge into the house onto the floor.
I'm assuming I would know that that toy or something is not so flimsy that a small gust of wind is going to push it off, right? Is anyone else awake, or is it just me?
I imagine you're the only one who notices this because you are
Right. Yeah.
like on edge.
Nika would have slept on the floor in the same room as Thalos, just to kind of like. I assume we're in like the living room, or not?
Yeah,
the
you
floor.
two are in
It
the
was
living
the
room.
chair. Right, he slept on the chair.
Well, I'm not sure about I'm not sure about you because for me, I was thinking that I was sleeping. I was specifically getting things that I would wake up to. So I'm
Yeah.
not sure if everyone else, how
Yeah, no,
strong
you're
that
the only one who
sound is.
hears this, Thalos.
He just kind of like
Because you've been
rolled
you
over.
were paying attention
Alright.
for it.
How far is it from where I am sleeping? Like roughly like 10
it's like
feet.
yeah, it's not that far. It's the window. It's not a big house, so
How far is it from the swords?
it's on the other side of the room from the swords.
Oh crap. I'm assuming there's a fire poker somewhere in the fireplace.
Yeah, you can
That's
grab a fire poker
I'm-
if you want.
I'm grabbing one, and I'm going to I'm gonna try and use my stealth just because I want to walk up to it, trying to make as little noise as possible.
Mhm.
And then I'm just gonna check the bell and see if the window has moved at all, or if
Yeah.
it's wider than we left it.
Sure. Yeah, you look around. The bell just it eventually stops like bouncing. You know how it's like
Yeah.
one of those little round bell
Mm.
things. So it eventually stops. You sort of peek outside. You don't see anything but the pumpkin patch.
Right, and the window doesn't look like it's
Yeah, the
moved
window
from how
doesn't
it's
look
set.
like it like changed. It was like cracked open to like let some air in, but nothing entered it if that's what you were concerned about.
Right.
Unless it was the cat. But then you look over and the cat is asleep next to Nico.
Mm-mm. Big no.
Right. I'm gonna leave the cat there. And I'm assuming that I set up the bell in the way that a small gust wouldn't knock it off. So I'm gonna try and set that up in the same way.
Mhm.
Roughly how many hours of sleep did I get before this happened?
Like an hour.
Right. I'm gonna set it up. I am going to stay up for about an hour, and then I'm
Mhm.
going to go back to sleep just out of exhaustion. Not really by choice.
Like as soon as you fall back to sleep, you hear it again, and the bell like roll. Like I imagine you were like falling asleep looking out the window.
Yeah.
And the
And
bell
then
sort of like rolls across and hits your foot.
It's like 10 feet away. I just come
you
to
trying-
the bell. I know the answer to this, but do I see anything at all? Moving
Just pumpkins.
part of the room that's darker than it should be? Nothing? Alright. Is anything that I placed in front of the swords moved or made a noise at all?
No, nothing with swords,
Right.
just by the window.
I am going to close and lock that window and open up a different one and put the bell there in a
Okay.
similar fashion but a different window.
Everyone's asleep. And poor Phaelus is like sneaking around with a arm
They had
full of
like a
bells.
science experiment.
He's having like a panic attack.
And
Yeah.
instead of staying up, I'm gonna try and just sleep while sitting down. Yeah.
You eventually fall asleep, and eventually you wake up again to the sound of little bells clattering to the floor.
Plural bells?
Or I don't know. Did you set up? How many did you
Like the
set up?
same thing that I would have set on the window.
Okay,
so it'd be
just the one bell then. I misheard.
right.
But yeah, the same bell. And you
Right.
see there's like one of Juniper's gloves is just sitting on the windowsill.
Do I know Juniper slept with that glove like on?
What?
Juniper is not here.
Sorry, not Juniper. Do I know if he brought those gloves? Is what I meant. Like, do I know
You
that-
saw them in the barn earlier that day.
Right. I'm going to close every window.
Phaelus is the embodiment of this is fine.
I'm
Or
going to
just
close
nope.
every window.
Yeah, that too.
I am putting the
That checks.
glove in a drawer of some sort, and I'm going to put
Okay.
a chair on that drawer.
Nope,
And I'm
nope,
going
nope,
to
nope.
And I'm going to put the bell on that chair such that the slightest bit of movement is going to knock it off. Like it's just perfectly placed there that the slightest amount of movement is going to knock it off.
Okay.
First rule of haunted house: you ignore the problem.
You just split up. Don't talk to anybody else. Don't wake anybody else. Just do whatever you want.
Yes, but also rules of haunted house is if I wake someone up, it's not going to happen anymore, and I'm going to look like an idiot. So I am going to go to sleep in like 30 minutes after that and
Okay.
see what. But the
Um,
kind of sleep where I'm expecting something is going to interrupt it.
Yeah. And you are interrupted by a slight almost tapping at the front door.
Oh my
That's
god.
it. I'm kicking Nico awake.
How? Why? What? What do you mean?
Is something going on? I placed the bell over that window and it fell down. I placed the bell over that window and it fell down. And your friend's glove was on the window for some reason. And now someone is knocking on the door.
Oh, someone knocking on the. It sounds like you're bad at placing bells, Thalos.
It is like 3 a.m.
Even if that was the case, his glove would not have been on the window.
Alright, fine. So do I hear anything at the door? Do I hear tapping?
No.
Alright.
I knew it.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go check on the door. Kind of like groggily gets up.
Yeah.
Kind of like.
Is there a peephole on the door?
Yeah, is there like a window?
There's not a peephole on the door.
Is there a way to like? Is there like a side window to like peek out?
Yeah,
there?
there's like a side window. You don't see anything but the pumpkins.
God, this is my nightmare.
Yeah, but you're all asleep.
Oh yeah,
Okay, go.
Veland is chilling. Darby is not.
Phaelus, hold on. Let me do this, and I'll actually open the door and look outside.
You open the door and you are attacked by a rake falling down. Like it was as if like a rake was placed against the front door. It made like a tapping sound, and it was like leaning against the door. And so you open it, and there's just a rake in your face.
No one plays that there. No one plays that there.
No one
Okay.
plays that there.
No one plays
So-
that there. You have to agree with me there.
When Nikolai yells "ow," Angarod
the
wakes up.
two of you in the other room hear this.
Yeah.
You have to agree with me. Nobody plays that there.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Would I be able to tell if like the rake wasn't in front of the door, but like it was placed near, like on the wall next to the door, and maybe like wind pushed it over?
It
or
was
something?
by the way that it fell on you. It was like as if it was
It was
leaned up
placed
against the
there.
door,
Okay.
and then it just fell on you as you opened it.
I can't
Ah,
I can't place a rake by the door and then get back in through the door. No one placed that there.
well, someone placed it there. Hold on.
That's my
Ah.
point.
Can Vila? Can
Yeah,
Vila
I want to walk out like
Ow.
with a blanket around my shoulders and be like,
Mhm.
"What's going on out here?"
I pick up the rake and I kind of like hold it like farmer style in one of my
It's a
Someone-
little late to be farming. I
No,
mean,
you
you
know-
can leave for the
No,
most
someone
part
put the
early.
rake by the door. Someone has been messing with the little bells I put on the windows, and is the glove and the box and the drawer, everything is set up still there?
Poor
Yeah,
Fearless
everything in the
sounds
drawer is
Okay.
fine.
Poor Fearless just sounds insane.
Angarad will give off just
All right,
a
hold
deep sigh, just like, and
fine.
walk to the open door and just say into the night, if anyone out there is trying to play pranks on the farmers who live here, they're on vacation. Please let us sleep. Thank you.
Slam the door.
And we'll close the door behind her.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead because I'm sure Thalos is high key freaking out. I'm going to use my ability to harness the darkness and make it a bit brighter in here
Sure. Yeah, you make it a little bit lighter inside.
to kind of like help him not freak out as much. all right. Do we want to go see what it is, or do we want to try to go back to sleep and hope that whoever's out there stops being a turd?
I personally would love to sleep.
I mean, I would too. Thalos, would it make you feel better if you snuggled up with Patch and I'll stay up for a bit to see if anything happens? Would that make you feel better?
I feel like I'm not getting any sleep tonight, so I'll stay up. It's fine.
I mean, you probably
I'll-
should try.
I promise not to wake anyone up again unless I'm actually dying, if that helps.
I'm not saying to not wake us up, Thalos. I'm saying, like, you're gonna be tired tomorrow if you don't sleep. It's probably just some kids from the town. There's nothing to do here for, like, you know, that age range. They're probably bored, so they thought that they'd come by and spook, like, Juniper and Saffron, because Juniper is way easy to spook, let's be honest.
Did you do that as
I-
a kid?
No.
I
I'm gonna roll deception on that.
I would love to roll good with people to see if I
Same
am
with me.
being hickin' bamboozled.
I would like to do the same if I can use it further for that.
This seems like some
Oh,
lying. Oh, baby.
19.
I got
19.
a 20.
I got a
Cool.
23, baby.
Yeah, no. Nico definitely pulled some pranks as a kid.
I'm
Especially
I'm
on
sitting there. I'm sitting there wondering, what sort of child would try to prank a woman capable of wielding swords? But okay.
one that's looking for some excitement in their life.
Well, did you find excitement, Nico?
Yes.
Well, then mission accomplished. Are we all staying up at this point, or shall some of us get some
No.
sleep?
No, I apologize. It's fine. You guys can get some sleep.
I'm just gonna stay up and take care of a few things totally unrelated to the rake in my face that hurt. I'm gonna at least go put this rake back where it goes. If anyone would like to come with me, they can. Or y'all can stay here and get some sleep. It's fine. It's probably just some kids.
I'll come with you.
You sure?
Yeah, why not? I'm up.
Alright. And then
I'll grab my
y'all-
shield, sling it over my back.
Yeah, you stay with Thalos. He's looking a bit spooked. Hey, Patch.
I'm
Can you
I'm
go?
going to open. Oh yeah, go. Sorry.
He just kind of like tries to get Patch's attention to be like, yeah, go over
Yeah.
to Thalos.
The Patch sort of like groggily wakes up
I know, but
upon hearing all this commotion, and he like meows and yawns
I
and
know.
paddles over to Thalos and like leans against him.
Oh, sweetie.
I have a
I'm-
psychic connection to this cat.
I'm going to open up the original window
Mhm.
in the same manner it was opened before, except this time I'm tying the bell to whatever handle there is on the window. Like I'm
Okay.
going to tie it as tightly as possible. And then I'm going to open that drawer that I kind of locked up completely and just check if the glove is still there.
The glove is still there as you left it.
Right. I'm just gonna take that glove.
Okay, you are now
I'm
holding
just-
a garden glove.
I'm just gonna take that glove. I'm
This is mine now.
just holding it.
I mean, Thalos, if
Grasping
you
it by
wanted
my
a
hand.
glove, I'm sure we could just go buy one in town instead of
No.
stealing from this farm.
I'm no, sorry. I'm not pocketing it. I'm just literally holding on to it. Like I'm just grasping it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
You know that's
holding
not
on to
how
the
you
glove.
wear a glove, right? You put it on.
Yes. I'm fine.
Poor
It's
Thalos.
at this point, anything I say is going to make me sound a little more insane, so I would rather not explain myself. But I am not
No.
stealing from this lovely couple, if that
No,
is
it's
what you are
okay. I
concerned
had
about.
trouble putting on gloves too at first. I kept putting them on my.
She's like gonna point. She's like branches kind of growing out of her
Head.
Mhm.
She's like, I put them on my branches at first because I thought they were, you know, for my antlers. But
Somehow I actually believe that.
I love these
It's-
characters.
Fine.
These are good
Um,
kids. I enjoy them.
I love them so much.
Regardless of how people act for the rest of the night, I'm gonna stay up as much as I can until realistically exhaustion takes over someone who's not physically inclined, not the most physically imposing person.
And then
So-
me and sorry,
Yeah, go.
I was just saying while you're having your glove existential crisis, me and I can't.
Ongarad.
Ongarad, Nico and Ongarad are gonna be heading back. I assume that this goes by
Came from like a
either-
shed.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Put it
You
back
remember
where it
you
goes.
checked out the whole perimeter, so you know where everything was when you went to sleep.
Yeah.
And as you're sort of looking around, you can see there's like lots of like little things have moved.
How much of it seems to have moved? Does it seem like calculated or does it seem random?
It seems vaguely random. Like you see there was like a wheelbarrow that was like on one side of the field is now on the other side of the field. And like
Oh, for
you can
crying
see
out loud.
like a hay bale has been like knocked over.
Could I tell if it was by animals or does it actually? Can I like use observant to see if I like see footprints or anything?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. That is D8. These two. Okay. 15.
15. It's dark. It's kind of hard to tell.
I'll use
Um,
my darkness thingy to.
Oh yeah, true. You can control darkness. So you make it less so. And it's weird. They're not like footprints,
Yeah.
but more like indentations in the ground.
Would I know anything about that having lived here?
You can roll a d20 and see if you know
Sure.
anything.
Have you
Yeah.
pointed this out to me, or are you
No.
just kind of okay? Then
I'm-
never mind.
Yeah, no, I'm not pointing out anything to you because I'm kind of trying to be like the good host that doesn't want to give anybody any reason to freak out until I have an idea of the situation.
Fair enough.
Nice. I got an 18.
An 18. There's all sorts of like weird ghost stories and things that happen here.
Okay.
There's a number of things this could be. This could be a ghost or a spirit. This could be just Taffy playing a joke on you. Taffy is the local kid who likes to cause problems on purpose.
Mhm.
Could be a number of like different creatures that have wandered in from the swamp, but you don't know for certain what this is.
Okay.
But it
So-
seems harmless. It doesn't seem like anything is trying to like attack you.
Yeah,
It seems
doesn't
to just be causing
dangerous.
mischief.
Yeah. So I would probably gather it's either Taffy or some kind of like mischievous spirit that's hanging out.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
So I want to turn to Nikolai while we're walking to the shed and be like, so how do you think the rake got there?
Honestly, there's this kid in town, Taffy, likes to cause problems, and let's be honest, Juniper's an easy target. So it could be that. And he kind of lowers his voice a little bit. It could be like something like a ghost, but I don't want to tell Thalos because he'll probably freak out more than necessary. It's nothing dangerous.
Well, you've lived here your whole life, right?
As far as I know.
I find that answer vague, but we'll come back to that later.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever encountered a ghost or a spirit of any kind?
Would Nico have encountered any kind of ghosts and stuff?
Yeah,
Kind of-
probably.
I want to say
ghosts in Wyldrvir are like remnants of magic left over from someone after they die.
none of them have ever been dangerous, I assume.
No, it's more just like they're more like helpful spirit guides usually. Or sometimes occasionally they'll try and cause mischief.
Yeah.
But nothing too serious.
Yeah, like ghosts are a thing. Like they just happen. I feel like they're a little bit more common here than other places in Wyldrvir. But like they're not bad. They might be like bored and might want to like cause a little bit of mischief and whatnot, but I don't think we're in danger. Honestly, if we just get some like earplugs and just a nice, warm, cozy like blanket fort maybe for Thalos, he'll be fine. It's fine. Like, if it was dangerous, I would do something about it. You know? I wouldn't put you guys at risk.
As
certainly hope
as
not.
you two are having this conversation,
I wouldn't put you at risk.
Gunshot.
You hear just like, I don't know how to really describe it, but like something is like prodding along behind you in the dirt, just like a bump, 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 bump. And it's like slowly approaching.
I whip my head to
You
see what it is.
You look around and there's just a pumpkin.
Did it like get pushed over or did it?
This pumpkin was not here when you were walking this way.
It's a freaking pumpkins.
I would like to reach out. I would like to reach out with the butt of my shield and poke the pumpkin.
I
Alright.
fucking called it.
Pumpkins are
Check out the
fine.
gun,
You don't need to do anything about them.
You sort of poke the pumpkin and it like rolls over and it like keeps rolling for longer than it should and it like collides with a wheelbarrow and like popping out of like the main sort of like body of the pumpkin you see like two little like pumpkin legs and like little arms and a pumpkin head like pop out and it seems like a bit disoriented.
Well, I must say, I've been around vegetables most of my life, and none of mine have ever done that.
Wait, so like it just turned into like a pumpkin person, or is it like
Yes,
a pumpkin?
it's like a little.
creature?
It's like a little pumpkin person.
Does it have a face?
It has like a little jack-o'-lantern face. Yeah.
I love it so much, though. Does it? Okay. Is it like Is it like more humanoid, or does it look like? Have you guys seen Steven Universe with the little pumpkin?
Yes.
It's
Watermelon.
more like that. Yeah.
It's more
Oh
like the
my
little
gosh.
pumpkin guy. Okay.
Mhm.
So, has this Nico's friends with Saffron and Juniper?
Mhm.
Has he ever heard of any of this or like seen any of this with them before? Or is
Yes.
this, like,
Upon sort of looking at this creature, you're like, oh yeah, patchlings. Those are
Patchlings.
things that exist. You sort of remember. Go ahead and see if you can either roll a d20 or something that would be akin to remembering or whatever.
The only thing I could think about, which he's not good at, really, is social skill. Be it like
Yeah,
something that
I mean-
came up with in conversation between them.
Sure, yeah. That if that helps,
Sure, it's something.
it's something.
Okay, I'll take it. A 14.
14, yeah.
I'm really good with plants. Might I have heard of something like this?
Yes, you can also roll.
Cool. I'm gonna roll with herbalist.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. That's a 27.
Very
Awesome.
nice.
Yeah. Nikolai, you've heard Juniper talk about these things, and you're like, oh yeah, they're like little pumpkin things. And you
Like
kind of
little pumpkin
forgot
guys.
because like he started talking about like the intricacies of like
How
dealing with
the-
these creatures, and you got bored and you stopped listening.
Yeah, no, that sounds like Nico.
But Angarad, you remember reading or hearing stories of native to the Twisted Bog, these creatures called patchlings, and they are like little pumpkin creatures that sort of help tend to pumpkin patches, and they generally they're pretty harmless, but they also protect their fields.
Aww.
And so by sort of this, you realize that although this patchling was probably familiar with Juniper and Saffron, you are all sort of strangers here. And so it was probably trying to deter you in a way that you would leave.
Aww.
I would like to like get down on one knee in front of it and try to get eye to eye with the patchling.
It's sort
And
of
I
like,
would-
it blinks. I don't know how it's a jack-o'-lantern, but it blinks. It's fine. It's
It
magic.
flickers.
Yeah, the light flickers in its eyes.
Yes.
And I would like to say, little patchling, did you happen to disturb our sleep tonight?
Go ahead. I don't know if you have any sort of communication things.
I could use harness the land. It lets me control pre-existing plant life.
This is a strange mix between creature and plant.
And I
Just go
also
ahead
have
and-
the mediator.
Mediator would be perfect for this.
Okay, we'll use that.
Pumpkin. Just another thing.
That's a 4.
A 4.
Oh,
You
oh
just
my god.
see this like little patchling, almost as if it's like puffing up his cheeks, and he just like shakes his head. Like
Is
no.
it like he didn't do it, or he's like,
Like
Not
you know
having
how
it.
like when kids they get all like huffy.
yeah.
It's like he doesn't want to talk to you.
Are you talking to that little guy?
I am trying to, but I don't. Usually, when I talk to my plants, they don't answer. This is new territory for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I could try talking to it. Go like, I don't know.
Yes, very similar to that, but like humanoid-esque.
Oh, so okay, I see.
Oh,
Like
very
one
cute.
pair of
I
legs.
see.
Yeah, definitely that vibe. Meanwhile, what are Felid and Thalos doing?
Violets and saffrons and junipers, and those are all the plants I grow in my garden.
I'm just-
What?
I'm just looking at. Yes, that's quite a beautiful collection.
Yeah.
Um,
And and then the gardenias and the forget-me-nots. She's naming all these plants to try and mellow
Yeah.
Thalos out.
Is this helping Thalos?
um,
Or is this making
While
your
this is
anxiety
happening-
worse?
no, actually, it's more like I'm going to use that as a shortened trait just to make the appearance that I am interested, not to be rude. But at the same time,
Alright, cool.
But at the
go
same
ahead and roll
time-
that.
yeah, and at the same time, like while she's talking, let's see, that is 12 and 8, 11, 23? Yeah, 23.
Oh yeah, feel it. He's very interested in what you're talking about.
Oh,
But
and
while she's talking about that, I've sort of reverted to just not putting myself in a position of comfort. I'm not sitting on the couch. I'm sitting on the corner, and not it less scared or insane like he was earlier, and more just broody.
Yeah,
And
you're sitting in
in
this
the corner.
corner, like petting this cat.
Yep.
Just
Can I make
just
a
brooding.
make a flower with my
Oh yes, absolutely. Go ahead and roll for that.
harness the land ability? Okay. Let me find a flower that means okay. I will
Please
try
don't
to
turn
make
me
a
into a flower.
I will try to make a buck bean.
Okay.
Okay, so I roll a d6
Please
for
don't turn me into
commune
a
with the
flower.
world soul to remove to okay. Okay, let's roll these first. Okay, 18 and then I guess subtract or add 4 to that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without issue, you're able to summon a small bouquet of flowers.
little buck beans. These are for calm repose. So hopefully it'll help you, calm down a little bit. Are you feeling a little better from, feeling all worried and stuff?
He just kind of takes it and thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
You can
Yeah,
also
it's-
see he's not really making an effort to hide anymore. You can see that instead of discomfort from the scenario,
Uh-huh.
it you can visibly see a shift in like discomfort and confusion from kindness.
Oh,
Okay.
I
This is
I am sorry to say that this wholesome moment is interrupted by
Yeah,
a
that's
crashing
fine.
sound as the pumpkin runs into the wheelbarrow outside.
Can I run to a window and look out the
Yeah.
window?
Yeah, you run to a window and
I'm looking up.
it's hard to really see because the wheelbarrow is sort of blocking it. But you see your wife sort of kneel down in front of a wheelbarrow, talking softly. You can't hear what she's saying.
Feel it.
But
Is
you
that
you
normal?
see them over there.
Do I see the patchling?
You as you sort of like look closer, you would have to like go outside to get like a full view of it, but you do see there's like a pumpkin there.
I think
Feel it. Does your wife speak to vegetation?
yeah, I mean, talking to plants is supposed to help them grow and make
But
them
in the middle of
healthy.
the night, in a shed.
Actually not. Do you want to go out there and see what they're doing?
I suppose
Just
there's
talking to pumpkins, guys. It's no big deal.
your wife's talking to a pumpkin that is in a shed. I'm not a botanist, but I'm pretty sure pumpkins don't grow in sheds.
Well, maybe she picked it up and put it in the shed. I don't know. Let's go. Why don't we go ask her? Come on, let's go.
Yes.
Yeah, the two of you go outside. Patch is sitting on your shoulder, Thalos.
Yep. I'm just petting the cat. At
Yeah,
this point,
he will not leave your side. You are just stress petting this cat. But the two of you eventually join those of you outside, and you see this little patchling just sort of like, I don't know if his arms are long enough to cross, but it's like his arms are like crossed and he's just like puffy like a child.
I'm just
You know,
imagining he's
how-
got like elbows up, like and arms, like 90 degrees, just making like a
Yeah.
his hands are pointing down, just kind of going.
Yeah, just slightly like defensive and like how a child gets angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I see Vila come out of the shed? Sorry, out of the house.
Yeah, you see the others approaching you.
I say,
Waves them over.
honey, I think this might be more your field than mine.
Oh, hello.
Do I know what a patchling is?
Yeah, I would imagine you probably know what a patchling is. You've never met one, but you've read about them. Being as obsessed with
I'd like
plants as
to-
you are, you know they are like natural garden protectors.
Ooh,
Can I, Neil? I would like to use my good with people to be like,
Okay.
oh, hello, little
Does this
friend.
count as people?
Not
Pumpkins
really,
can be people too.
but pumpkins can be people.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Good with people. The trait I took with the highest. Okay, come on. Or no, second highest. Come on.
While she's rolling, I'm just going to ask: is it normal for pumpkins to have arms and legs, or is it sleep deprivation getting to me?
Well, I'm not really a pumpkin.
You know, I think it might be normal here.
Good
Look,
to know.
Saffron and Juniper make some interesting things. I don't know much about it.
I got a 19.
A 19. Yeah. What were you
Mhm.
trying to accomplish?
I was just trying to, be friendly with the little
Sure,
friend
yeah,
and be
all
like, "Hi, I'm Violet. Nice to meet you."
Yeah. As you sort of kneel down, in your soft motherly voice, this patchling sort of like gets a little bit less defensive and like starts like curiously listening.
What are you up to, little friend? We're here watching the house for Juniper and Saffron. Have you been moving the things around?
The patchling sort of like looks down, like almost ashamed
Bashfully.
a little bit.
Aw.
Bashful.
And then he like sort of gets an idea kinda, and he like stands up real fast and he like pushes through you all and he like waddles over to the field and then he turns around and he like holds his arms out like he's guarding the pumpkin patch from you all.
Can I hold my arms out? Like, do you want to be picked up? Do you want to?
He's trying to be all like big
Can
and
I-
strong.
Yeah,
Can
and
I?
feel it. It's just like upsies.
Can I go up
Yeah.
to the pumpkin?
He does not move, but you pick him up and he's like surprised but not like upset by it. He's just confused.
Is there something that came here that you're watching out for in particular?
She's just like snuggling this thing. Like,
Can I roll like observant or something to kind of like figure out his body language?
Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
I
like,
wanted to
what
do
is
the
the
same thing.
Yeah, we'll both go for it. So that's a D8.
Oh, that's not good at all. That's bad for me. That's 12.
You're scared.
Yeah, you're too scared. You're like, oh god, it's a pumpkin and he's moving.
I actually got
Upsie.
17. Yes. Upsies. You want upsies? Come here.
You want Upsie?
Angarad is watching Violet like hold this small child-shaped pumpkin and getting like all warm and misty in her heart.
Aw. I got a 17 for
A 17, yeah. You can see this is just like a confused child who is like trying to be like, it's almost as if he's like 7 or so.
Aw.
And he's just trying to protect his pumpkin patch, but now this strange lady picked him up and he doesn't know
Can
what
I
to do.
go up to the pump? Can I go up to them and just kind of gesture or rather hold on to Violet's forearm and kind of push it down so that she'd let it go slowly? Not
Yeah.
violently, but just kind of
Yeah, no, you
trying to tell
you set him
Violet,
down.
can you let him down?
I'll put him down. Right.
And
Here
then-
you go,
Imagine-
sweetie.
I
It's like
don't
a-
know if this will work, but I'm just gonna kneel in front of a pumpkin, I guess, because it's like 3 feet tall. And I don't know how tall, but
Yeah, he's like 3 feet
if
tall.
if good with people works, I'll use it. If not, I'll just roll a d20. But I just want to look at it and say, you're trying to protect what's yours, right?
He nods.
I understand that, and for in some ways, in all honesty, any one of these 3 might be able to do some harm, and you're still willing to put yourself in the line to protect what's yours, something I've never been able to do. But we're only here to help and not harm. So if you could give us a good night's sleep, we might be able to help you protect if there is anything that needs protecting from. And I promise you that your friends who own this house will be back in a few days. back, I think, in 2 days or so. So how about you let us sleep, and we can help you in the morning.
So go ahead and roll.
Was ever a time to get a good roll? Okay, that's not so bad. That's 18.
18, yeah. You sort of have this heart to heart with this pumpkin.
Words I never thought I'd hear.
Yeah, I never thought I'd have to say that sentence. But yeah, he seems to like nod slowly in understanding. And he sits up and he nods like affirmatively as if like he agrees with you, and like tomorrow we're gonna start and protect this farm.
We're all in this together.
Exactly.
And the last thing I say is, I don't know if you're nocturnal or not, but if you are, and you find something outside, wake us up intentionally and maybe not run away so that we know it's you. And if you are nocturnal, then get some sleep in the morning and we'll take over. And I'm gonna try and pat the pumpkin, I guess.
Yes, you pat him on the head, and he like blinks at you.
Can I tie a little ribbon around his stem?
Absolutely, yes.
We've adopted this child.
You've adopted a pumpkin.
Little pumpkin head.
Yes, just a little bone. Like, okay, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, you all sort of like go inside, and he like follows you a little bit, and he like gets to the steps, and he looks like a little bit unsure of what to do.
Oh, do you want to come in? You wanna come
Would you like to stay inside?
He like looks up at you, and he like follows you inside, like very like bashfully, not really sure if he should be doing this, but you can tell he really wants to go inside.
You know what? You could come inside. I won't tell Saffron or Juniper anything. How about that, kid?
If there is any leftover pumpkin soup, I'm immediately putting it in the fridge.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. You notice there's still some left on the counter, and you're like, oh god, oh no.
We can't let him know.
Can Violet like hold her arms out? Like, she's not gonna pick up the patchling, but she'll be like, do you want upsies again? Do you wanna?
He just like walks up to you and he sticks his arms out.
Violet will pick him up and just give him a little snuggle.
Oh my gosh.
You have a pumpkin son now. Congratulations.
Yes. If anything happens to my boy, I will kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yes.
Yes. Do you want to sleep in? Do you want to sleep in a bed? You can just sleep in.
I'm gonna look at the pumpkin and just say, I do not know whether you're more comfortable on the ground or on a cushion, but feel free to stay wherever you like.
Spoil this pumpkin, and Saffron and Juniper are gonna get back and be like, what do we do with this child?
He lives with me now.
Yeah, I imagine Felix was gonna take him home.
Violet, darling, if you'd like, we can have him sleep in the bed with us as well.
Yes. Do you want to sleep? Have you slept in a bed before? It's very soft.
He shakes his head.
Do you want to sleep in a bed?
He nods.
Okay. Violet
Do you
is
wait
like...
before you leave? I'm gonna ask. Do you know what a bed is?
He shakes his head. No.
Okay.
It's a soft place that you sleep, like a pile of leaves, but better.
I'm gonna look at the patchling and I ask, do you have a name?
He sort of like is like quiet for a moment, almost in thought, and then like excitedly shakes his head no.
Wait, how? Do you want a name? I can give you.
I'm trying to imagine how he shakes his head if Felix is holding him and he's basically a head.
Or it's like he's like the body is a pumpkin and then like the head is like a separate pumpkin, but they're like connected.
Oh my
So
god!
he's like a little snowman.
It's like a little snowman pumpkin.
Yeah. like arms and legs.
Not gonna lie, that's more terrifying than what I was imagining.
I'm thinking like over the garden wall, like the
Yes,
pumpkin
the pumpkin
people.
people.
So he
That's what I'm
looks
gonna
kind
make
of like this, but a pumpkin.
Yeah.
Yes, like that, but a pumpkin.
Oh my god, yes, I love
and like
him.
he doesn't have thumbs though.
Oh,
He
excellent.
just has like
Oh.
little stumps.
He just has little nubbies.
Like the Powerpuff Girls.
Oh,
Oh
my
my
god!
But like
I
very much that face.
For people only listening
yeah.
to this, we have a reference of Watermelon Steven and Pumpkin, and he's basically a fusion of the two.
Yeah. It's just Watermelon Steven, but a pumpkin.
He did fusion with
Yeah.
pumpkin. Um,
oh
Uh,
man, oh man, oh. Do you want a name? Oh,
He seems a little bit confused at the concept, but open to it.
Bubby. How about Bubby?
A name is what you are called, so that when we need you, you know that we're calling for you.
Bubby. How about Bubby? Do you like Bubby as a name?
He like thinks
Do
about
you?
it and he nods.
Bubby.
Can I check if the cat looks hungry?
We're all like
Because it's a-
doting on this little pumpkin child, and freaking Thales is like, I don't know, that cat looks like it's gonna go after him.
It's the cat that grows up on a pumpkin farm. I assume that they feed him pumpkins. We just fed him pumpkin soup, so I'm a little concerned.
This pumpkin is like this patchling is like a 3-foot pumpkin. Like he's not. This cat couldn't eat him if he tried. And
Alright.
Patch looks tired.
Oh,
I'm gonna set him down on the couch and
He
put a
curls up
blanket
by
over
like
him.
the dying fire and like goes to sleep.
Bubby, you're gonna like a bed. It's very soft. I used to sleep on piles of leaves and soft dirt, but this is much better.
Yeah, I imagine you're just like talking to this pumpkin as you like the voices
Walk to the
fade
bed.
as you go into the bedroom.
Yeah.
He's very excited.
This
They're
is
just
my
like-
son now.
Nico just like
We'll
watching
fill
you
out
two
the
walk
adoption
away.
paperwork in the morning.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna take him
Well-
home to Torin.
Glad that we got that figured out. You feeling
Mm-hmm.
better, Thalos?
Strangely, yes.
You want to go to sleep?
Of course. I apologize.
No, you're fine. I didn't even know that was gonna happen.
So I imagine we
Um,
finally get a good night's sleep. I'm
Yes,
hoping.
you all head to bed. It's a bit of a short night because you were awake at like 3 a.m. for this. And Thalos, you didn't get much sleep before that.
Yes.
But you all eventually sleep well. You wake up and you do like the morning chores and you like feed the chickens and things. And your pumpkin friend is sort of helping you like do the watering and just very good and wholesome like montage of you guys tending to the farm.
Just
Um,
imagining Fiolid and this little pumpkin. Have you guys seen Fruits Basket?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's very much a Toru Kisa
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely.
relationship.
100%.
Yeah, and eventually you guys sort of spend the day on the farm taking care of things, cleaning up all of the like little things that were moved around in the middle of the night. And eventually you see Juniper and Saffron's carriage sort of making its way back to the farm. And sort of Juniper sort of steps out and he helps his wife down. And he says, well, you didn't burn the place down? That's good.
I'm gonna go up to him immediately and just say, yes, everything is in order. One question. Are my companions allowed to keep one of your patchlings? I believe it's called.
He sort of like is a little bit confused and then he looks over and he sees the patchling and he's like, oh yeah, we have a couple patchlings here. I think that's one of the younger ones. They help out occasionally. They
My
also
Oh.
wander, but
I'll
occasionally
go up.
they'll stop and
I'll go up to them and say, my wife and I have been talking for a while now about adopting a child, and I think that she's become rather attached to Bubby here, and I have as well.
It
I
would
just want to be,
mean
the
a lot.
airplane thing that people do with like kids, where they
Yeah.
like lift them up in the air and they're like, mommy, just like.
Yeah.
Love it.
It would mean a lot to my friends if they could keep this one, if you would not miss him terribly.
Juniper sort of like looks past and he sees this adorable encounter going on in the background.
Mm.
And he's just like, I mean, I don't really see why not. We have a couple that sort of come through. But if you'd like to take Bubby home with you, I'm sure he'd be a great help to your garden.
I just want to grasp his hand in both of mine and shake it and say, thank you so much
You're
for helping us start our family. And then I'm going to jog over to Violet and say, honey, Bubby can come home with us.
Yeah.
Also, Juniper, point of order. If you ever need anyone to watch your house again, maybe inform the patchlings that people are going to be watching over your house.
Yeah, that's a good idea for the future. But hey, Nico, now you know we have
Yeah.
patchlings, so
I mean, you mentioned them once.
yeah, I do remember mentioning them.
Yeah,
Once.
no, I mean, perhaps mentioning us to them so they
Yeah,
don't
I
get
mean, I
surprised.
assumed
Yeah.
Nico maybe would have told you. I guess.
You know, that's my bad.
No, it's okay. I mean, they just they get a little bit protective when we leave.
Yeah.
But no harm seemed to have happened around the place. Everything's in order.
Yeah, everything's fine.
And he
Oh.
just like breathes like a big sigh of relief.
See, you're worried about absolutely
All your chew toys are in the box. All the cat's toys are in the box.
Yeah, you guys sort of cleaned up everything.
Yeah.
Left the place better than you found it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he seems like very relieved. And
What
he
do
sort of like
patchlings
looks
eat?
back over at Saffron. He's like, well, I should probably help unload
Oh yeah.
unload the stuff. But thank you so much.
Yeah.
Of course.
I think your boat is here. And he sort of turns to the three of you who are not native here. He says, yeah, it only comes once a week. If you want, you could, I guess, stay here or find a place at the inn. If you don't have anywhere to go, but if you would want to be on your way home, just thought I'd let you know so you don't miss your trip.
Thank you so much. We can, Bubby, we're gonna go somewhere else. You can
Yeah.
come with us. Do you want to come with us? Does Bubby want to come with us?
He nods very excitedly.
Yeah, smash cut to just like a family loving hug.
Yes. Family hug.
Perfect.
Yes.
Very
Happy
good. You,
ending.
I'm
Wyldrvir,
just-
you like lift Bubby up onto your shoulders.
Yes. First of many piggyback rides.
Yes.
I'm just standing there thinking. What does a patchling eat?
Yes.
Do you say this out loud?
I was planning on asking Juniper just out of
Uh-oh.
curiosity. What do patchlings eat?
I don't know. I haven't fed them. They kind of like forage for food and stuff in the swamp, mostly.
So if we were to take one out of the swamp,
I mean, they're pumpkins. They also eat like fertilizer and water, a lot of water.
right?
He should be fine wherever you take him. Just vary his diet.
He'll be very happy living in our gardens.
Yeah, you two seem like you know your way around like plants and farms and stuff pretty well. So he should be perfectly fine.
Yes.
All right then.
Yes.
Travel.
And with that, the three of you sort of begin your journey to the docks. And I imagine Nico, you join them.
Yeah.
And you sort of see them off at the dock. Juniper also sort of waves goodbye to you all from the dry land.
Take care. Don't be strangers.
I'm
Thank
probably
you.
taking money from some rich person there.
Sure. Yeah.
Doing a
Just like
tarot-
on the slide, just pickpocketing
I'm-
people.
Mhm.
No, I'm doing a tarot reading from people.
Yeah.
I'm just busking on the shit.
Mhm. Yeah.
That was good.
And with that, I think that's a journey complete. You've adopted a son. Congratulations.
Yay!
God!
A lifelong dream realized. We're starting our family, Violet.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
With
that
your
was
pumpkin son.
amazing.
I have just met him, but I would die for him.
I love it.
Bubby is
That
best
was
boy.
fun.
Bubby
Um,
is best boy.
Yeah.
Agreed. That was really fun.
Yes. I'm glad you all had a good time. That was very fun.
I hate that I had to play the nut job in every horror movie. That no one's
No, it was so fun. It was very good. Let's quickly, everybody can go around, sort of reintroduce themselves and what you do and where people can go find you and your cool things. So, let's start with Harper again and go down the chat. I'll go last.
Sure. Once again, I am Harper. I have been Angarad, your orc gardener. And you can find me on Twitter at HarperSona I also am co-host to the Chaotic Creations podcast with Darby. We make weird TTRPG characters every week.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, Darby, you can jump off that.
Yes, I'm Darby, the other half of Chaotic Creations, with Harper. You can find me on Twitter as @DarbyPack. Very simple. Darby, DARBY, Pack, PAK. And you can find Harper and my Twitter for our podcast at Chaotic Creations. Or Chaotic Creations, it's at Chaotic Pod. So yeah.
I'm Scylla. I have an Instagram. I do a lot of RPG kind of like character art and character design. You can find me at Aqua Otter Illustrations on Instagram, _aqua.otter_. And yeah, that's where you'll find me.
Yeah, and I'm Nigel. I played your lunatic Phalus for the evening. And yeah, I'm the game master for a bunch of games we play on Diced Coffee on YouTube and Twitter at Diced_coffee. Yeah.
Nice. And I am Ava or Crow, one half of the Wyldrvir creator team. You can find Wyldrvir stuff here on YouTube, or our Twitter at Wyldrvir, or Instagram at wyldrvir.rpg. We have a Discord, which you can probably find in the description below, I assume. And we do lots of fun things. Wyldrvir is free to play for everyone, and it's a good time. And I'm glad you all had fun.
Yes.
Yes.
It was very fun. I enjoyed it.
This was so wholesome.
My son. My son.
Our son.
Your
Our
good boy.
son. Yes! Our son! Yes!
I'm glad you all had fun while I had a panic attack.
Bayless is like panicking in the corner, and then Veland's just like, oh, yeah, plants.
Yes, good game.
It was very good.
Everyone say goodbye to Craig.
Goodbye,
Bye, Craig.
Craig.
Bye,
Bye,
Craig.
Craig.
Bye.